What would you do if the woman you loved, the one you built a life with, erased every trace of her betrayal, only for a ghost in the machine to resurrect it all? The soft glow of her phone screen illuminated the bedroom at 2 a.m., a stark contrast to the darkness in my heart. She was asleep beside me, or so I thought, her breathing even. But the phone, left carelessly unlocked on the nightstand, pulsed with a notification. A message from a number I didn't recognize, a name I'd never seen. My hand trembled as I reached for it, the screen displaying a single, damning word: "Miss you, my world." Once a fortress of trust began to crumble, not with a bang, but with the silent, insidious glow of a digital secret. I knew, in that instant, that my life was irrevocably broken, and the truth was just a tap away. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The humiliation hit me first, a physical blow that stole my breath. It wasn't just the "miss you" text, it was the subsequent scroll through her messages. The photos she'd deleted from her gallery, but were still lurking in the cloud backup, a digital archive of her infidelity. Each image, each whispered text was a fresh stab. My wife Sarah, the woman I'd married 8 years ago in a small ceremony in Dallas, Texas, was cheating. The affair partner, a smug-looking man named Mark from her new marketing firm in Los Angeles, seemed to ooze self-satisfaction in every picture. I felt like a fool, a cuckold, my loyalty repaid with deceit. Over the past few months, I'd noticed the subtle shifts. Late nights at the office, always with a vague excuse. Her phone, once left carelessly on the kitchen counter, now guarded like a precious jewel. The sudden interest in new lingerie, not for me, but for someone else. The more I pressed, the more she withdrew, building an invisible wall between us. I saw her once, leaving a trendy restaurant on Melrose Avenue in West Hollywood. Laughing with Mark, his hand lingering on her back a moment too long. My gut twisted, but when I asked her about it, she claimed it was a client dinner. Nothing more. They felt untouchable, these two, basking in their illicit glow, convinced their secret was safe. I remember one night, sitting alone in our living room in our Santa Monica apartment, Pacific Ocean breeze, a cruel whisper through the open window. The weight of her betrayal crushed me. I felt a primal scream building in my chest, but it died in my throat, replaced by a hollow ache. I was broken, utterly and completely. The man who had once believed in unconditional love, in the sanctity of marriage, was gone, replaced by a shell of despair. But beneath the despair, a cold, hard resolve began to form. They thought they were untouchable? We would see about that. My revenge began quietly, meticulously. I started with the cloud backup. Every photo, every message, every video she thought she'd deleted was there. A digital breadcrumb trail leading directly to her infidelity. I downloaded everything, creating multiple encrypted copies. Then, I hired a private investigator, a discreet woman named Elena, who specialized in digital forensics. She confirmed my suspicions, providing irrefutable evidence of their affair, including hotel receipts from the Beverly Wilshire on Rodeo Drive and flight manifests for business trips that conveniently coincided with Mark S. I also started documenting her manipulative behavior, her emotional abuse, her financial indiscretions. I consulted with a divorce attorney, a sharp-witted woman named Ms. Chen, whose office overlooked the bustling streets of downtown Los Angeles. She laid out the legal landscape, the traps I could set. The legal traps were subtle, but devastating. I had Ms. Chen draft a preemptive filing for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences, but holding back the damning evidence. This would catch Sarah off guard. I also quietly transferred our joint savings into a separate account, which was legally permissible given her financial recklessness. The social traps were more insidious. I created an anonymous email account and began sending carefully curated snippets of their fair two key figures in Sarah S. professional and social circles, her boss, her colleagues, even her parents. It's not the full story, just enough to plant seeds of doubt to make them question her integrity. The public exposure happened swiftly, brutally. The divorce papers landed on her desk at work, a public declaration of our separation. The anonymous emails, coupled with the whispers that had already started, created a firestorm. Her boss, a stickler for corporate ethics, launched an internal investigation. Her carefully constructed image as a rising star in the marketing world shattered. Her friends, once so loyal, began to distance themselves, uncomfortable with the scandal. The final blow came in the courtroom, a sterile, imposing room in the Los Angeles County Superior Court. Ms. Chen, with a calm, unwavering voice, presented the evidence: the cloud backup, the investigators' reports, the financial records. Sarah, pale and trembling, had no defense. The judge, a stern-faced woman, granted the divorce, awarding me a significant portion of our assets, citing Sarah's egregious conduct. Sarah was completely ruined. Her career was in tatters, her reputation irrevocably stained. Her social circle evaporated, leaving her isolated and alone. The smug affair partner, Mark, quickly distanced himself, a coward fleeing a sinking ship. I saw her once, months later, walking down a crowded street in downtown LA, her shoulders slumped, her eyes vacant. She looked like a ghost, a shadow of the vibrant, arrogant woman she once was. She didn't see me, and I didn't acknowledge her. There was no triumph, no joy, just a profound, chilling emptiness. The silence that followed was deafening, a quiet, cold echo in the vast expanse of my new life.